know I never get excited when I find my room lighted by the glow of a TV screen. And nobody ever told me that in times when I'm lonely I should call, baby, how you been? And tonight was something different, a little hit the licorice, a voice coming through my cell. And you're trying to make it better with a letter after letter, but it ain't working, can't you tell? Talking every night, still don't feel alright. Kiss me through the phone, help me feel alone. Baby, you got it and you know that you got it, so why don't you come over? Won't you come over? Won't you come over? So you were calling me, and baby, won't you let me be? Nothing seems to go my way. 'Cause I was feeling kinda lonely, could've used a little company, really wanted you to stay. And if I'm being honest, all the things that I promised ought to get you up behind the wheel. 'Cause nothing makes it better, not a letter after letter, till I finally can get you here. Talking every night, still don't feel alright. Kiss me through the phone, help me feel alone. Baby, you got it and you know that you got it, so why don't you come over?
Oh, I'm here. I'm sitting here going through all my stuff, and I didn't realize the stream started. But that's my bad. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome to another Friday live feed. I'm not working on a gun, so I'm just kind of working on some other things. You guys, if you saw in the title, I'm going to try to get everything to where I need to be on stuff. And I want to make sure the audio is working real quick. So let me go over here to over here. I go over here also. Let's look at live comments. Turn on live comments here. There we go. Welcome to the Sheet Show. And if I can just scroll down, there we go. That works. I want to see if I'm live here on my YouTube channel. I am. Yeah, audio's working, so stuff like that. And I know it's Friday. Probably people are still at work or something. Oh, good. That guy texted me. And I'll just leave my phone over there. Sorry. I need to put a little longer timer when I'm setting things up. But I did a 5-minute, and they complained about a 5-minute, so I went down to like a 2-minute or something like that. But anyway, it's Docfire. Here, as you can see on the desk, I didn't think I was going to do it. I didn't think I was going to do it. It's already opened, too. And I did pick up one of the carbon, CRBN, and I think I spelled it wrong on the label here. Sorry, I thought it was like carbon, but it's CRBN. My mistake, carbon. But I did pay for this. I may have got a deal on it, but I did pay for it. The new DRV loader that hit the scene at a really, really steep price. And I was really leery on it. I'm not going to lie. I was like, man, I don't know, man. A $300 loader, $299. I'm kind of like, whew. Oh, and I'm sporting Free Flow today. Got the Free Flow t-shirt on. Thank you, Free Flow, for giving me a free t-shirt. I do appreciate that. And I've got ShotTech there. And all the cocker builders out there. Free Flow's not really building any cockers anymore. But anyway, doesn't really matter. But anyway, I've seen some reviews on it. There was, man, I got to remember the guy's YouTube channel. Now I have to go look for it. It's going to make me mad if I don't remember. I follow him. He does actually. I do really enjoy his YouTube stuff. Let me look, see if I can find this. My subscriptions. If I can scroll through, if I can find his account, it's gonna drive me nuts if I can't find it. Let's see. I don't want to spend all day on this trying to figure out this gentleman's name. Let me do this. Let me do Carbon, CRBN DRV review. I'm trying to find this review. Oh, Paintball Tech Tim Purple did a review 5 months ago on it. I'm kind of behind. There's probably a lot of reviews out there. Oh, here it's Fun Guns Buff. FUNGUNZBUFF. I'm gonna try to go to his page here if I can. Fun Guns Buff. Here it is. I'll see if I can bring it on the camera. I'm going to bring it up there so you guys can see it. This PB Bros 513. It's Fun Guns Buff. He does a lot of really kind of fun videos. I actually am glad the algorithm finally got me through it. And he's the one that bought the deep fake from me. You guys saw that video. He'll be happy with the gun. But he did a video on it, and I kind of like his videos because it reminds me of when I was more doing reviews on things, and it's very honest opinion, and he kind of says it how it is, and I respect that a lot. So it was nice journalism. But anyway, hey Bearded Works, how's it going? And, but anyways, let's open this thing up. So I've already opened the box, and so I never really kind of talk about packaging because I don't really care about packaging. But the box is, it's a flimsy box. Not that the packaging, like, who really cares about the packaging? There's, it's kind of like all their products. It's just the black with the orange writing. There's, who really cares about that box? It's really just to protect, actually, a really nice, kind of an Exalt grade case for the hopper. It has really like a high-end zipper, I would say. So this is kind of a nice travel case for it. I need to bring a scale in. I'll have to do that here in a minute. It has their tag, and you scan for the manual. Warning stuff on it, but nice case. Let's open up the case. We can be all excited about a case all day long, but the reality is it's really about what's inside. So what do we get inside? We actually have the hopper, nice orange stuff inside, and you got your charging cable. It's a USB-C charging cable, and what else is in here? And so that's all this, and this is the rain lid. So we'll try putting that on. I don't need the USB-C cable. So yeah, it's just that. Got the rain lid. It's tucked in there nice and tight. The quality of the plastic seems really, I don't feel like I can snap this, like it's going to break. It's going to flex before it breaks. So it's a really nice quality. Actually got a little bit of heft to it. Let me go grab, real quick, a scale, and I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me grab a scale. Be right back. Got my shipping scale here. Let's grab this guy. Giant shipping scale. It's on a nice flat counter, nothing's touching it. Turn it on. And pounds and ounces. Let's go to that. Make a pound, and we tar it out. And Let me move this more towards the center and I'll retar everything. So this is 1 pound, 6 ounces. Take it off. Let's put it in a different place on the scale. Make sure 1 pound, 6 ounces. 1 pound, 6 ounces. 1 pound, 6 ounces. I'm curious. Do I have? Okay. And this is not a comparison because this is a Spire. And I don't know if it does have batteries in it. It does have batteries. Spire IR. 1 pound. Okay. I don't have, all my other loaders are out in the garage. And I'm not going to, and you can see that stuff. It's a little heavier feeling. So, anyway, we can turn this off and set this aside. It's a little heavier on the feeling. Let's kind of go through the outside, kind of look at some details on it. It has a nice shape to it. I really like the shape. I think it looks good, and I'm sure there's something about, you know, having this angle that's going to help balls reflect off of that and not necessarily break on it. But it does have, you know, square edges here, so they're, you know, I don't know if that's going to affect anything on paintballs hitting that and wanting to break easier. It's really interesting. It has, I'm going to try to zoom in here. It has a whole bunch of information on the bottom, right? And I thought this was interesting. And you'll see this throughout the, come on, get in focus. They have the bottom half, and I'm trying to get my eyes in here where I can see. Come on, there we go. You know, it has made in Taiwan, has their stuff, but then it has, like you see this force adjust. Got another little label right here. Let me try to get that into reflection. It's, what's that say? This says 625 nanometer NM. ISO 625. Come on. There we go. And there's an I there. So 625, is that 625 NM? Is that, I'm trying to think what that is. So let me just put that in a googly search. See what that is. 625 NM. I think it's with the it's with the I is a 625. Is it nanometer? I can't remember what NM it stands for. Is it red light bulb sweeping, blue light, NM. Newton meters? No, it's nano. Hold on, I'm gonna get what NM stands for because I want to get this because it's important. They put some kind of cool stuff on there, and I'm saying this, it's like attention to detail, which I can really, I think it's nanometer, but I'm losing what it is. Yeah, it's the wavelength of the light. So the laser light, LEDs have different wavelengths, and like for like infrared lights, like if you have security cameras that have LED lights that the human eye can't see, it's the wavelength at which that light is emitted, and then the camera has the ability to see that light wavelength. And that's what the NMs is, a wavelength. I'm just, for the life of me, I'm losing what the wavelength, what that actual means. But it gives you that it's 625 is the LED, the light, and I'm sure it's for the eyes. It's that wavelength light that it's using. And then on the opposite side, it's got right up here. Let's see if I can get it in the reflection. Come on, is it going to focus? This should be on autofocus. Right up here. USB-C. And I think that's when we open this up, on this side is the USB-C port. And then the other thing is the battery on the inside. And if I can get it just in the right light, there we go. It's an 18650 battery, which is a pretty standard rechargeable battery, lithium batteries that you see in, if you take apart your cells for your Milwaukee drills and stuff like that. Generally, they have an assortment of these batteries. The 18650 batteries are pretty common batteries. So if you look up 18650 batteries like on Amazon, you'll find them. So it's a very common, not a weird battery, which attention to detail. I really like that. I don't know, is this a sticker? That's a sticker or just polished? It's just polished. But anyway, I thought that was really cool. It had these little markings down here, and it's just information. Let's see if I can find any other markings. I kind of looked around it a little bit. But I thought that was just really interesting. So, let me bring the camera back out. Sorry, guys. But I got my Skunkworks logo. I gotta take that down. Actually, even the kind of cool thing, and let me go over to the website real quick. The carbon loader. Okay, there we're on the website. I'm going to go over to the website here. I'm going to bring this in on my NDI. There we go. So I'm on the carbon website, and we're going to go through that. I can't kind of look at the comments, so that's okay. So here it is. It may be on sale. It's $299.95. That's the retail price. They have, some great photos of it. Information. The DRV loader is a result of decades of experience of paintball. Loader designs purpose-built for competitive performance. It delivers true force-fed with digitally adjustable pressure, ensuring fast rates of fire without risking paint breakage. Okay. What I do like is that they didn't. It's a simple paragraph. It's not word soup of, hey, look, here's our goal. This is what we want to create. It's kind of their goal statement followed up into, we finished the product. Here's what our goal was, and this is what we achieved. And whether you're building a tournament setup or just want the most reliable and user-friendly loader available, the DRV delivers. Okay, that's what else they have. Okay, description. I think it's what I just read. It's the next evolution of paintball. Meticulously engineered. Okay, that's where, from digitally adjustable interface to anti-jam system, every detail and design maximize your performance on the field, whether you're dial in on brittle tournament paint or shooting high speeds. The DRV delivers consistent, reliable feeding with the utmost care, I guess is what they're trying to. Utmost care. I don't know if that's a spelling mistake or not. It'd be, if I wrote it, probably be a spelling mistake. So the DRV puts precision power in your hands, and with a sleek, compact design that's balanced and effortlessly on your marker. So balanced. I'm going to say, like if I'm trying to balance it, I'll bring that. We'll look at balance. They're saying it's balanced. So now, balance are they balanced because this is balanced is the marker balanced on the gun? Is it balanced on the center port, the feed port, or is it just balanced because all the things they packaged it with? Features. What are they talking about on features? Scroll up. Okay. Okay, so here's the features. So these are feature sets of what it has. Set your feed force with an integrated screen. So you set your feed by the digital screen. Protects fragile tournament paint while maintaining high-speed feeding. Change game clock and paint tension without needing to open. Okay, so you do everything from external. So no, you can adjust the game clock and the feeding of the paint from the outside. Superior feed performance feeds paintballs into the breach as little as 12 milliseconds or 83 balls per second is what they're calling. Spring ramp ensures consistent feeding, so there's spring ramp inside. We'll look at that. Quite smooth operation. Anti-jam system clears feeding issues automatically. No user input required. So You don't have that spinny wheel at the bottom like on the Halos, in essence. Or like the die has a little shark fin that you can mechanically, I think, reverse things. Designed for the player, 200 round capacity with compact and balanced profile. Okay, so and really the balancing really comes with putting paintballs in it. So we can sit here and we can and you guys can't see what I'm doing, so I'll kind of go through this. We'll talk a little more of that. Tool is designed for fast cleaning. Metal feed neck for rock solid marker attachment. I was kind of curious on the metal feed neck. Okay, marker loader synergy. Which really limits your rate of fire. I'm not going to go into all this. Learn more about it. You guys can go read. Just go on their website, check it out. What's included? You get marker with battery. That's important to say. I don't know, most other other loaders, loader with battery, most other loaders do not come with a battery. I don't know on some of the ones that are higher end if they come with a rechargeable battery, like the Virtue higher end stuff. They may do that, so don't quote me on that. Molded EVA case, speed feed installed already, rain lid interchangeable with speed feed, and charge cord. Okay. Power and charging. Real-time battery status on display. 30,000. Is that? It's really 30 plus shots. They don't have a comma there, so it's 30,000 shots, I think. Battery shots. So you get 30,000 shots. Automatic shutdown, which I do like. I did read this. It has an automatic shutdown. So if I leave it on by accident and I put it away, it's going to shut itself off. I do like that. And I don't know if other ones do have that. I think they do. I don't know. I think my lower end Virtue doesn't. I'll leave it on and it's just on. Support. You got a support info page and then product care. It says paintballs can result in serious injury. Yeah, of course. It's got a lithium battery. So, lithium precautions, especially when you're charging, you got to be really careful with that. I would probably charge in a safe area that have a lot of flammable if it were to catch on fire, but that's with any lithium device you got to be careful with, even your cell phone. So I want to go, there was product support. We're going to go to that page real quick. I think this is the page that shows me. There's firmware, and mine did need a firmware update. So there's firmware version 1.1.17. So 1117 is available. Mine had 1.01 something. And there's a whole video guide on it. It was kind of confusing on the guide. There was a point that it said that I needed to... was it on? No, that was on one of the other settings. There's this removal and installation. Pretty good. In the videos, most of them don't have any audio, so they're just you're watching someone do something. There was a thing where it was resetting this one right here, angle sensor reset. I kind of went through all these things. Okay, and then here's the key thing: loader spares. And you're going to go through and you can click on these things and you can go, it will take you to the page to buy the spares. Right, so nice CAD drawing, line drawings to be able to see things. Like if we click on this guy, it will take me to the page where I can buy spares. And there it is right there. And if I scroll down, I don't necessarily like how they're... Okay, display PCB, and that's what I had, and it's $24 for the display. Like even this little display right here, hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know if you can see my cursor over on your end or not, but the little blue display next to the circuit board, you can buy these. It's a pretty common display size, which is kind of cool. So like if, let's say Carbon were to move on and, not exist anymore, that display size is pretty common. But anyway, kind of cool. They have all the components here that, they have them. I think you click on it and then it kind of highlights. I don't know. maybe. Oh, I think when you click on things like speed feed, yeah, it takes you to the. You kind of got to know what it is. But anyway, it has a lot of stuff. Let's come back to this screen over here, the top down. And when I say balanced, and so if I put it balancing on this, now I don't paint in it, so we gotta, it's back heavy on this, but it may. I don't know. I don't think it is back heavy. It's 1 pound, so many ounces, whatever it was on that thing. So it is back heavy. I want to go back onto this thing. Hey, Joseph. Yeah, that's a substantial deal. Yeah. So anyway, kind of some cool stuff. They just did some nice things. It's pretty easy on. It's probably going to drive me nuts. I even changed the color to green. And it's going to make this noise the whole time I have it on. Because there's no paint in it. It tells me on the screen, and I'm going to try to zoom in so you guys can see. Come on, focus up. Try to get this thing to focus. Autofocus near. There we go. I think that's it. Far. I don't know. Focus. Focus. Let me focus. Manual focus this thing. And that's the opposite way. Oh, that's driving me nuts. When I put my finger in here, it's just gonna. It's trying to find force, I think. But it has. It tells you that I'm on force 3. My battery's at 75%. Now that's interesting. I charged it to 100% yesterday, and it's at 4 volts. And then it has like the icons for what each button does. Like this button is Returno. This is the menu. If I click and hold on this guy, and then now these are up and down, and this is back. So I can choose color. I can choose force, timer, shutdown, about. So if I hit the check button about, it says, oh, I have version 1.0.03 for the main board, and display version is 1.1.17. So then I hit the back arrow, and I can change the color, and I have gray, olive, lime, cyan, whatever, blue, red, yellow, orange. Let's put it on red. See what that looks. So I'm going to hit OK. We're going to hit the button. There's red. Red looks like orange. So let's see what let's see what that one looks like. Hit OK. Back out. Okay, that's kind of like a bluish color. Anyway, I'm going to turn it off. Hold down the button, turn it off. There we go. It's off. Let's back out here. I'm going to see if I can. Yeah, that should be good. The other thing is these fingers. They're on little springs. It's very little effort to put stuff in. It takes very little effort. Like a really light paintball, have no problem. The other thing is, I was like, well, okay, how to open this? Well, you've got a little finger here, and you pull back, and it opens. And it's a nice. It's not like I'm trying to really pry open with it, right? It's I can just put my finger right here and pull back, squeeze and pull, and that comes up. The other thing is to get this off. There's a little push button right here on this guy. And it pushes off, so the hinges on there. I do like that. Let's put the rain cover. I haven't put the rain cover on yet. So let's see. There you go. It clicks on. So the rain cover is more of a snap fit, but it's more of a snappy fit. I wonder if I can put the rain cover. No, I can't put the rain cover on this. Although it looks like there could be something that could be on that. The rain cover goes on there. It's easy to take that. I mean, that is really, user friendly. This cover, it locks on. So, because you don't need to open it, obviously. You'd only need to open it when you're you know, maybe dumping your paint out at the end of the vent or whatever around. Let's see, make sure the fingers are screwed in good. Sometimes they slide off. The fingers are screwed in good. So let's look at that. This is Devin. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to push my screen and I realize. Okay, so Devin. Thanks. Let's see. The fingers are screwed in good. Sometimes they want to slide off. I'm trying to see. So, this little Phillips screws. I'm just gonna feel how snug these little screws are. They'll feel pretty good. Sometimes they want to slide off. So I don't see anything. I see that it's like two pieces. So to replace these fingers, looks like I take these 3 screws off, or at least 2 off. The top half comes off. Then I can access these fingers to replace them. So good to know. Mine seem to be tight. Like I said, I've not gone on. I've shot it once. There's a video that should be uploading, shooting a Meteor autococker with this, and but anyway, it's got like things you would squeeze together, but really only one side works, but it's uniform, so it looks. So you're basically taking one side. That comes off like that. Pretty simple. It's got the ramp here. This has got, it's stiffer springs on this. Definitely a lot stiffer springs than what I felt like on some of the other ones. You pull up, and I know this is all held in place with like magnets. I'm trying to see where the magnets hold. Where the magnets are. Maybe there's just no magnets. Maybe it's just the weight of it. So let's put this off to the side. Let's look at the shell here. So at the bottom, zoom in here. Let's get in here a little closer. Come on, focus up. It says 2 nanometers max. So I think that means the torque that you put on these screws, because the screws are using the metal plate as the washer that then screw into plastic. Then it says it's a 2mm hex, which is really nice. And then it says M3 by 0.05, which is the screw size. So that's just good information. That's attention to detail. Let's do a couple measurements on this. So I'm gonna put everything back together here real quick. I wanted to know what, I don't want millimeters, I want inches. So what's the outside diameter? Is 1 inch, 1.03. Trying to just kind of find a 1.03840, give or take. The inside is 7.37. So if that helps you out at all. And the height. Let's measure the height on this. Well, actually, it can't go down that far because you have these little bosses right here. Well, you can, as long as your clamp and feed neck has a width right here. So it's 0.8, just under an inch of, 3/4 of an inch, just over 3/4 of an inch. Let's just say that. Just basically 0.8 down. If you're going to hit the top of your, let's say the rim of your, if these are going to, I don't think they will. I think they're going to clear everything. You're at 7. So, but I think it's going to clear everything. When I say, if I have a feed neck around here, I have a feed neck right here. Hold on a second. Got one right here. Here's one. This is a master scanning. So like this, like if it's gonna hit any of your components, like this one, it's potentially hitting the knob here. but it's not bad. So on this one, let's go look at, what's this? This is a Shock Tech. This is a Shock Tech. Let's see how this guy fits on there. I could probably squeeze this down a little bit. Let's see, hold on. Let's see. Looks really close to the Spire SF. Yeah, it's Spire. It is the yeah. So there's there's some stuff. I think that they have room here. I'm trying to tighten this guy down. This is an older Shock Tech, but they haven't changed their design. I'm just clamping it down tighter. And it actually, you guys can kind of see, it sits down there pretty good. It's, it may hit a little bit, but these little nubs are plastic, right? I wouldn't recommend grinding them off or anything like that, but they're not going to scratch anything up. So there's nothing metal that's touching maybe the outside of your feed neck, which is nice. So you're not getting any scratching type of stuff. Let me see if I can just this down. I'm not going to put it down all the way. I just want to feel the clamping force. Feels pretty good. I mean, that's, I think there's some different school thoughts. I'm not a tournament player, so I haven't dealt with, diving in a bunker and having issues with things coming apart and popping open and stuff like that. So I can't speak on that. But if I think if I'm diving into a bunker, I would rather have this turn and not break anything on the loader or the marker. And it may be crooked now, but it's still usable. It doesn't matter if it's straight or not. It's still usable. So it does have a little bit of sliding, at least in the Shock Techs have no knurling on the inside. I think for that reason, when I talked to Danny, he said he would rather have the this turn instead of gripping in. So, but that's other guns. Do I have any other more modern guns here? No, I don't have anything that readily available. So it's an aluminum thing. You can get this aluminum piece, I guess, if it were to break. I don't know. It's maybe they have different sizes. It'd be interesting if they offer different diameters of these. And it'd be the other thing that's kind of neat with these aluminum ones that I'm thinking about now is if you know someone that has a machine shop, you can unscrew this. You can center hold it, and you can machine this down to fit your feed neck. If you have, for instance, here's a good example. If you have a trilogy body, you want to throw a $300, thing on there, a $300 loader on your trilogy body. But maybe you do, and you don't have a modified feed neck. Maybe you want to go play with your trilogy with a really expensive, which is hilarious. You can't fit this, but what you can do, it's kind of cool. And I was, quite frankly, I was really kind of like, why'd they make it aluminum? Well, I started thinking about this. I have some hoppers that I've sanded down. Well, I'm screwed. That material's gone. I can't replace it. This is replaceable. So if I sand it down, I could actually make a couple different ones. I could buy different shells that I have pre-fit, and I just swap this between. I go, hey, this shell really fits this gun well. Kind of cool. I don't know what a whole shell costs. Or I could just buy the nub, which I'm curious. Let's see what the nub cost. Hold on. Let me go back over here. If there's a nub price. Let me go. It's called the feed neck tube with screws. Is $10 for this. So for $10, you could essentially say, hey, look it. I don't want to, for $10, maybe I want to I got a lathe, maybe. Maybe you have a Harbor Freight lathe in your garage. I don't know, whatever. And I'm gonna go back to the make sure I'm checking all the stuff. And you're like, hey, I want to get a nub that fits my gun. Uh-oh, someone at the door, I think. I want to get something that fits my gun, and maybe I want to machine a couple O-ring grooves in this, so I can when I put it on, it kind of wiggles on kind of tight and holds it in place. Maybe that's something I want. Maybe I need an O-ring groove in there to maybe work better with my feed neck. I can modify this, and if I F it up, I can buy another one. Not the end of the world. It's replaceable. I do like that. I'm for $300, I'm seeing the value in it, and I didn't think I was going to say this. I was thinking, man, I think I was going to say when I ordered this, I'm thinking, oh man, is this a ripoff? Oh, that's interesting. They have the big C carbon on this side, but nothing on that side. Interesting, but not the inner world. But I think that's cool. So, as much as when I first saw that, I go, why they did it? And then in the long run, I'm like, wow, all right, Carbon, nice work. Really nice work. Now the plastic, you can see it feels like, man, I'm harping back to old school. It feels like, it feels like it's stiffer than the JT, and I don't want to compare it with the JT loader. Please don't, the old JT. But those loaders were indestructible, right? They were soft plastic. You could beat the hell out of them. Then you went to the Halos, and they came with those hard-ass plastic, and they just break everywhere, right? It's like, what were they thinking? And so, I'll get everything lined up there. The plastic's really nice. It feels, I would say, it feels similar to the plastic you would have. I don't know if it's a fiber reinforced. I didn't see if I saw that anywhere. But I am digging the plastic. The finish is really nice. It's super high quality. And I'm not saying, look, I'm a big Virtue guy. I've always liked the Virtue Spire for autocockers. That's the world I live in, right? I don't, and I have other guns, but that's the world I'd like to live in. Like, the other guns are boring. Electric guns, like, oh, they shoot really fast, and they're like, you're pushing a trigger, and it's on a micro switch. Yay, boring. And I'm sorry, that's just me. And some people love that, and that's great for you. I'm looking for me, and then other folks that are part of the cool club. We'll call this the cool club, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's nice, and the inside is definitely a shiny material. So, being that it's shiny, it's not matte, and sometimes you get paint on it, it gets that maybe kind of hard to get off, so it's a little maybe easier to wipe off. So not nice. Stainless steel components, aluminum here. You can anno match this to your gun. Like, how dumb is that? But I'm sure people will do it. Why not? That's, if you're going to do it, if you're making custom. I know you can get more fingers on it. So anyway, I like this. Let's put this off to the side. Do not turn the paddles counterclockwise. Okay. There's probably a good reason for that. It's got a piece of rubber here that's integrated into this top plate. So it's all, I think, part of that, or maybe sandwiched. I don't know. It's welded part of this little piece right here. So that's probably replaceable. There's the battery there. Bottom of the feed goes into that. It's got some screw here, which I don't know what that's for. It's probably for some clutch mechanism. It doesn't say that it's any type of a loader. It's got right here, and I'm going to try to zoom in. Come on. It says reset angle sensitivity. So this has some angle sensor that knows position of the gun, that knows some angle on it. It's got right here, it says red for charging. So if it's red, it's charging. You've got, oh, hey, I wanted to see what side this is on the right side. So USB-C port, the charging one, is on the side. So let me go out. this is attention to detail, folks. It says USB-C here, and it's, although it's up here, it's there. It's on the same side that they labeled on the case. That's a little attention to detail. It does have a USB micro right here, which is for firmware. I do wish they would maybe label, they've already lasered this, but laser this as, you know, software update port. And then they have USB-C here. Now you only get one cable, so in the box you get a USB-C cable, and that's only for charging. And it says USB-C right here, although you kind of know what that looks like. See if there's anything else. So there's the DRV 131. I don't know if that's the serial number of this. I have no idea. But let's go and take this apart. So this is magneted in, so it's got magnets here. It's pretty easy to put it back in. It's kind of self-aligns. So that comes off there, and then I think I can just push from the bottom. Yeah, it's got magnets here. So there's the drive, and I can then pull the battery out. It's got a JST type of connector. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. So I can't pull the battery out without unplugging. Let's unplug it. Yep, here's the battery. It's a 3.6 volt, 3,450 milliamp, but it is a 18 point whatever battery that is. I'm seeing if there's any other things I need to look at here. There's version numbers on the board. Is there anything else that's standing out? I don't see anything else that's standing out. So let's slide that back in, plug the JST back in. Like even if you were to not, if let's say you were to, well, I don't know, you know, but let's say 10 years down the road you want to replace the batteries and you couldn't find one that had this connector, you could literally just cut these wires and, you know, solder them onto another one if you wanted to. But that's kind of cool. Replaceable part. I wonder what the cost of this thing is. Let's go see. What replacement parts? I'm over on the page. You have to just trust me on this. What is the cost? Oh, there it is right there. So front hinge. I gotta scroll down here. Feed tube hinge. I think it's gonna be something like a paddle. Front hinge assembly, lock, hinge, spring wrap, paddle. Paddle is $7 for this. I may just be buying some spares. So like the price for this is big. And the nice thing is, you know, the kind of a key thing for me, value is added. Like, you know, people looked at like Powerhouse and their regulators and they're like, hey, it's a $250 regulator. Well, you know, they go to events. You go to their website, you can get all the parts for their replacement parts. There's a service. You're buying an ecosystem that you can repair. You're not buying a throwaway regulator, right? And like I said, I haven't gone and looked at what dye has easy availability of dye. I haven't looked at easy availability of Virtue. I'm sure they have similar things. I'm not knocking the other company. I just haven't really researched it. But for a $300 loader, you would like, hey man, I hope I can pick up parts for it easily, because I kind of want this to be in my ecosystem for a while. So, you know, there is, you know, is the value of them being able to provide this ecosystem, you know, is that the value? I think that's kind of the question. Let me go back to comments here. Let's see if I can refresh this. I'm going to go down. So anyway, I like it. This is, you can take this apart and you can go even deeper in here, I guess, if you get paint in there, but I'm not going to do that. Are the eyes anywhere? How do the eyes work? There are lights that shine through something here. Oh, they're right in here. So the eyes are right here. You can see the two little sensors, nanometer. I think that's what that stands for, NM, nanometer. Yeah, I can't remember now. It's going to kill me. I'll remember as soon as I get off this call. They have all the magnets on here, little neodyme magnets that that snap this thing together. So this is going to go. So just looking to see if there's anything that I need to. No, I think it's just. Oh no, nose in first. There's a little tab right here. I think if I would watch the instructions, and that goes in like that. So that's there, and then this guy just kind of stuffed it in there. So that's in there. That's simple. I mean, it's quite frankly, when you look at ease of removal stuff, it's really easy. So I know the tail goes in first because it's just a drop-in. I thought there was magnets. There isn't. It just locks in these little side panels that extend outside. I think help stabilize it on how far it goes in. And then it has a locking key up front here. You can see this it's keyed up front. So with the logo, I mean, that's just little attention to detail. It's webbed up here, and I don't know if that's to lighten it or if you have any paint that maybe breaks up there, it's going to want to drain down and drain into this bottom pan. But I don't know, maybe that's it. I don't know what the design thoughts were on that, but snaps together, nice lock. You can get this lock mechanism. I'd be leery on, it's just a fiber reinforced hook. Maybe, things you'd want to have for spares is just one of these little hooks assembly that you can, get that. Maybe a couple finger spares to have in your box, and it's easy to put that in the tub there. But yeah, I like it. I'm down with it. I was totally skeptical. I'm not buying that. It's $300. No way. No way, because I'm this guy. Hey, crap, fine. This is a brand new Spire too. It's a backup when my other Spire goes dead. And I like Spires. I mean, these are very, very similar in shape. Spire is, it's easy. It's got the same. Did they? Okay, so I'm comparing. They got Spire. It's got the similar hinge. It's actually almost like you could interchange these things. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Almost interchangeable. So, who copied who? It's not for me to say. But this is a much cheaper loader. When I say cheaper, less expensive loader. Now, so this is 2-piece, comes out. It's easy out here, and I have this as a little battery tray thing. I've had to replace this eye board. I've had this whole thing crack, but this is a simple. Yeah, much softer on this, and I like these loaders. Nothing wrong with them. This is an ease to get apart. So, are you breaking anything here? Like, I know, like on the JTs, they had the new JT loaders on the first versions. If you didn't go up and out like that, you were breaking that. They fixed that. They made it beefier, so you could, because people are so used to taking it apart. And I know they did fix that. And I have one of those loaders too. But this is an IR2. This is a simple, a good loader. Now, the problem, I like Spires with cockers. What I've experienced with IR2s, although they work great, is when I get low on paint and I'm down to the last 10 balls, I have a high propensity to, on an autococker, to have the potential of chopping a ball when I'm getting low. And I think it's because It's the how the balls are forced or not forced, and if the gun has any type of blowback, then it has issues. Now, this one I've shot basically a half a hopper through it, and that's it. So, and I actually was on it at the end to feed all the paintballs, and I didn't have a chop. Now, that's not to say it's not going to happen. I just didn't have it on the one time I've used it, so I can't speak for that. If you know what I mean. So I don't know how it's going to work. Oh, here we go. Here's all your people that have a Master Scony paintball. This is the leaning lock device. Oh yeah, that will fit right on there. It's right on there. So let's do that. So that fits on there. Let's see. Oh, let's put that back in inventory. Let's go grab a couple other things. This. Oh, there's something I can use. What the hell is that? I don't know. What's this? I don't know. Hold on a second, I'm coming. Alright. Here we go. Here's some other old school feed neck stuff. Here's an old cap, I think angel threaded. Fits on that. This is where the O-rings would be coming really nice, and it fits, but it's, this has got little threaded things so you could lock it on there. Fits on there nicely. This is this. Hold your horses. I may have to O-ring mod this thing. This would be the next O-ring mods that Angry Paintball and BMC do. So I'll let you guys know that I thought of it first. So you guys can all go, eat a giant DIC. That it's my idea, and if you guys steal my idea without giving me credit. So it's a nice slip. I mean, it's not going to hold there, but if I had a couple of like thick, 113s or 115 O-rings, it would grab. And so if you have a marker that has like a War Games one, and let's say it's a classic, you don't want to tear up. Yeah, I got my neighbor out there making music. Great. This one's got the knurling on the inside. I don't know what brand this is. Interesting. I do have. Let me look at a CCM. Get some other feed necks here. I got a CCM over here, I think. Feed necks. Inception. Do I have an oh, here's how about this? Oh, excuse me. A few companies. Oh. Okay. Jake from Beardworks says a few companies had the O-rings in the feed necks, like the Angel A4. It's with honor. Yeah, gearheads. Yeah, I remember those, Jake. I do remember. Here's my Super Cocker. Jake had one just like this, by the way. Beardworks did. Oh, it really fits in that. It's almost loose. These were actually machined out, I think, a little bigger to fit stuff. So that works. Not that that really matters. I need an Inception feed neck. Do I have one that's up here? CCM. Try not to sneeze. I have one over here. Oh, I know. I have one right here. Brand new in a box. Little project. Look at that. Just happen to have it right there. Here's the Inception. It goes Well, it fits good. Let's see, there's a lever. The lever does what it's supposed to do. That fits good. Reception fits really good. Can't complain on that. I mean, I'm saying, I was skeptical. I was the cheap paintball player going, nah, waste of money. Total waste of money. Don't waste your money on that. Man, I have to say, waste your money. Waste it. This is a good waste. I mean, just even if things were to break, there's a supply chain. They have stuff. And I don't know where CRB and Carbon are. They out of? They have some French stuff. Are they? Is this a French company? I'm kind of confused. I know it's a U.S. company, but they have France too. I'm trying to figure out who they are. This is nice. I mean, it is really nice. And the kind of the neat thing about it, it's really interesting with this type of a system is I can see different sizes of these coming out, different shapes, and this not having to be changed. I could see having longer these if for whatever reason you wanted it taller. You know, maybe that's your jam. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, that's all pretty. I mean, this one, that's just a little bit of plastic. Oh wait, is that the? Yeah, that's the right one. Just got to push it. There it goes. Got to push it a little harder. That's on there nice. You know, it's really the part that moves is this part on the inside. This part is solid. That's nice. And I don't know. It's pretty nice. What say you? That's what I say. What say you? Oh, I hear the dogs crying out there. Let's go put some things back in here. Let's go put this in here. It's a kind of a tight fit, but it fits in there. There we go. That goes right there. Nice case. I mean, what do you, you know, I'm curious now. I'm going to go, let's go to ansgear.com. And I'm going to bring this up on this guy. We're going to go over to here. ANS Gear. Here it is, $299. And the next loader down is 264, which is the Spire 5. And this is the limited edition. So let's go to the next page and see if the limited editions were all. Can I just scroll down? 264. I need my glasses. So limited run. So let's go Spire 5 standard. What does it come with? What does it come with? What's this? It comes with, looks like one extra finger and a rain lid. There's Rory. Dual. Does it go with the toolless shell? I don't necessarily want to play his video. I'm going to put it on mute. Let's see if he has, if he pulls one. Okay, rain lid. Same type of that. I'm just fast forwarding through his video here. You know, the drive cones about the same to get in and out. So it's some, oops. Doesn't, so that these come, so these do not come with a rechargeable battery. So I'm curious now. So if I go back here and it's, let me see if the limited run ones, if they come with a battery. Let's see what they come with. The crystal blue shell, so you can see your paint. What do these come with? Does it say anything? No, it doesn't. I probably should go to the website. So let me go into paintball loaders. Let me go loaders, and we're gonna go. Hold on, folks. I think the audio's still working. It should still be. Yeah, no, it is. Loader parts. So we're gonna look at Virtue. Gosh darn it. Loader. Are they gonna make this hard on me? Loader parts and accessories. I think, yeah. Sometimes I don't like how these people do their navigation. Let's go down, see more. We need to see Virtue. Virtue. View loaded Virtue Spires. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at parts. What is readily available? There's all the different colored finger things. Okay, so they have parts. Virtue, and Virtue's, I think it's usually pretty good with having parts. Aren't super expensive on parts. Their boards, their eyes, $24 for that. I think, let's see, I'm trying to find what they have. There's a shell for the 280 round for $50. Oof, that's a little spendy. Extra fingers, magnets. I'm looking for, there's the, I wonder if, I'm trying to find their like upgrade accessories, like their battery thing. Here it is right here. So it's $50 for the rechargeable battery, the Virtue In Charge. Okay, and I have one of these. They work good, but it's proprietary. So you're $50 on that. If it were to go bad at some point, I guess I should sort it by high to low. And there's a Virtue loader case for $29. But let me go loaders again. Should be Extreme Rage. I should look under cases, gear bags, gun cases, loader cases. So let's see what a loader case cost. Let's look at something that is, okay, HK Army loader case, $29. Spires, $24. Or no, this is the Exalt Universal. So $24 plus, what did I say the other part was? The battery, it should be right here. 24 plus 49, so that's $50. It's $75 on top of loaders. Let's go to loaders. So to get the same package, in essence, where is Fire Virtue? Let's look at Virtue. What's the same package? Do they have a package deal here? IR2s are $120. So there you can get the goggles. That's not a package deal I was looking for. So let's go down to their regular Spire here, $254. These are the Spire fades. They have just a Spire black. Everything's just black. Let's try to get this as equal can be. They don't. They're $254. $254 plus $75. You're over. You're over this thing. Let me go back to here. Sorry guys. Come on. go back to here. You're over this whole package. So in reality, if you're searching for something, the fact that it comes with a case, comes with a battery, comes with everything to get you going, and it comes pre-charged to like 75%. That's, man, it really comes down to, I'm not saying I don't want to. Let's. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go look at. That was Spire. Okay, let's go back and look at Die. Let's go back here. Go back here, and so let's look at the Die. The JT is 175. What is the Die? The rotors, what do they cost? I think they're 219, 209, 209. If you're buying the Die Dam box rotor, that's a whole damn more expensive. 249, 299, 209. That's the R2, but it's got different finish, so it's a fancy finish. So $200 for the Die ish loader. So that's but you're not. You need batteries and all that stuff. So you buy these other loaders that this comes out of the box ready to go. If you know what I mean. Why is that hard to? Oh, okay. I don't know. I think so. I didn't put that in there, right? But anyway, it comes out of the box ready to go. You can be at an event and you could buy this, and as long as you have your cell phone charger, any modern new iPhone or Android, it's a Type-C, right? So you can charge this in your car. It's already pre-charged. You should be able to go with what it is. You should be able to open up the box and go. Stick it on your marker and drop paintballs in it and shoot. So I don't know. I think I was wrong. It's rare that I'm wrong because I'm just brilliant in so many different ways. But I think I was wrong. Why is that so hard to get closed? I think this is not in here right. I had it the other way around. I was wrong. I admit I was wrong. Yeah, that's a little better fit. Nice case. I don't know. You may see there's a lot more videos. I just bought the JT one, and I like the JT one, and I like my Spires. I don't know. I'll probably mix between all of them. But I want to say, knock on wood. There's no long-term testing. I'm not a tournament player, so I don't know how these handled at World Cup. So I don't know. But I want to say that I like it. I would say for everything that I've said, it's a loader worth looking at. Worth looking at. So cool. But that's all I had. I want to do a loader video. I got this in, and it's just. I know there's some friends of mine that have, I think, their goggles, and they like their goggles. I'm always leery kind of on a new company. How long are they going to last? I buy $200 set of goggles, and they're gone the next year, and you can't get lenses for them. So you go to every store and buy every lens they have, and then your strap breaks, and you can't find straps for it. It's just, I'm always leery about that type of stuff. But this seems to work. So they've been around for a little bit. But anyway, that's all I got, folks. Everyone, you guys all have a great, I can push that button. A great weekend. And I may be live again this weekend. I don't know if you want to come out and check it out. But that's all I have. Take care, everyone.